I'm so excited. We are less than a week away from our first day of preschool. So I've been really busy working hard over Christmas break or winter break here to get everything in a row and ready to go, and all those crazy things have to be done. But I know our Zoom meeting last week, I shouldn't have even tried before Christmas. I should have known. But I think it was just like a Murphy's Law kind of thing. Like anything that could go wrong went wrong. Our Zoom link kept disappearing. I know everybody was having difficulties with their internet, and some people forgot, and it was crazy. So I thought I'm just going to put together a video and an email and send it out to you guys, just for those of you who weren't able to connect last week. But anyways, so things I want to discuss with you is a lot of you, the biggest thing would be a lot of you would voice a concern about, which I agree with you about, the transition on the first day from going from mom to school. Even the kiddos who had me last week, it's been 9 months since they've been to school. So that's pretty crazy. This is probably going to be an interesting transition. And I know my kiddos were very nervous, even though they're kindergarten and third grade. When they got to go back to school, they were so nervous. So I know these little ones are going to feel the same way. So that first day of school, so next Tuesday, I am going to switch it up a little bit on you. So I'm thinking of doing what I usually do, like in September on our first day of school, we just do like a little mini day, like 30 minutes with mom and dad to make it so that they feel successful and comfortable, and you guys feel successful and comfortable. And then when we have our first full day on Thursday, the transition is so much easier. So I know I'm kind of changing things up on you last minute, but the more I thought about it, and I chatted with a couple of you on the phone, and I just really feel like this will be the most successful way that we can transition from being home and some of this uncertainty to being in school. So on Tuesday, our first day of school, I'm going to offer 2 different parent sessions. So hopefully an adult or somebody can come with the kiddo that makes them feel comfortable, and we're going to split it up so we have nice small groups. And I'm going to ask that everybody wears a mask. And we're just going to go through our day, but with an adult, so that we feel nice and comfortable, okay? So we'll practice putting away our things and where to find our cubby and where we sit, and we're gonna be able to see some toys and practice doing some of our hand washing and temperature checks and all those sort of things. So that way when we have our full day, it won't feel so new and scary. So I'll have 2 different sessions you can choose from. We'll have like 12 to 12:30 or 1 to 1:30. So on Tuesday, you can pick one of those. Don't come to both, just pick one that works best for you. Hopefully you could pick like a lunch break that if you're working, you could grab your kiddo and come during a lunch break, or maybe a grandparent or an aunt or somebody that makes them feel comfortable could bring them if you can't. But then Thursday and the rest of the days will be our typical 11:30 to 2:30. So just that first day, I want to break it up a little bit so that the kiddos feel really successful about school. The other thing is for supplies. I know I had in the parent handbook that we were going to do the supply fee, but I just realized since things are so crazy, and last year when we got shut down, it was just a hot mess trying to get everybody back their things. So I thought I just ordered all the supplies, so I've got all of that stuff. But if you would bring, they need a backpack and they need a folder for their papers, and then they also need a little supply box. These were one things I just couldn't find in bulk. So I thought if you could go, I know I think Walmart still had them, Fred Meyer, Fred Meyer, the grocery store, some of them had them. Or you could even order them from Amazon or something like that too. But then they can pick their own. But if it could be like something wipeable, not those cloth ones, I need it to be something that I can sanitize at the end of each preschool day. So I have all the supplies that will go in here, but if you could find them a little pencil box, something kind of like this. They've got, I know some of them have like crazy designs and stuff, but as long as it's something I can wipe, it can't be cloth because then I'd be having to throw it in the wash every day. So I need something kind of plastic. If you can't find one, I bought, Fred Meyer had 3, so I bought 3 that Fred Meyer had, so hopefully they get more in. I didn't buy them all. But I did buy the 3 that Fred Meyer had, so I do have a couple. If you can't find it for some reason, let me know. I have a couple. I think I have 2 pinks and a blue. But anyways, if you could do the folder, the backpack, the pencil box, and then put like a little hand sanitizer, like if you can find those little mini ones, to put in their backpack, just so we have a little extra just in case. They will need a mask, but we won't, just for those like transition times, like when they're first showing up in the day, we do the temperature checks and all of that stuff. If you just have them wear their mask, and then once we start our like learning and some of that things, then we will be removing them. It is required that adults need to wear them. So when you come pick them up, even if you're waiting outside, just because everybody won't be 6 feet apart, I don't have a big enough front yard. You do have to wear a mask when you're picking up, even though you are standing outside. And yeah, pick up, drop off, you'll need to wear a mask for adults. And then, some pants. If you would just put like a little pair of underwear and a pair of pants in their backpack. And then that way, if we have a little accident, it's not as shocking or embarrassing. We just go grab our other little pants, just keep them like in a Ziploc in the bottom of their bag, and then we can just swap out. We'll put the messy pants in the Ziploc and put the new pants on. And that usually helps them feel a little bit more comfortable if an accident does happen. And then snacks, we always do some sort of cracker. If they have an allergy, please make sure I know about it. I know you filled out the parent form, and I'll try to verify with you on that first day. But just please make sure if they have some kind of allergy or sensitivity that you let me know. And then they're always welcome to bring their own snacks. So if sometimes I think it's fun to bring their own little lunch box and put their own little snacks and things in it. So that's totally fine. Or maybe they didn't finish their sandwich at lunch that day. Just throw it in their lunch box and we'll get it out for snack time to try again. And then they need a water bottle. We're not supposed to do, I'm not supposed to give them a glass of water. So they have to have a water bottle. And then please let it be one with a straw. No twist offs, no like the plastic, like those water bottles from Costco with the little tiny lids. Those get dumped everywhere, and then they ruin papers and artworks, and it's just a huge mess. So please find a water bottle that has a straw that's like a spill proof thing, so that they can have water while they're here at school. And then the last thing that's it will be changing. I feel like this, even just in the last month that I've been trying to stay on top of things, in contact with the health district and CDC guidelines and all that jazz. So currently, kind of going along, if you have a kiddo in elementary school or middle school or high school or whatever, it'll be very similar to what you guys are having to do at Eastmont and Wenatchee. So they will have to do temp checks in the morning. If one of the kiddos, this is kind of the crazy part, but if one of the kiddos comes to school with any of the COVID symptoms, which that's a lot, like the coughing, runny nose, a fever, stomach ache, I mean, like it's basically any kind of sick symptom. If they come to school with that, as of now, they have to stay home for 10 days. I think they're considering shortening it to 7 days. So even if they don't have COVID, they just have a little cold bug. If you bring them to school, they have a COVID symptom or they have a fever, then I have to have them, they cannot come back to school for 10 days. So that would be like 2 weeks worth of school almost. So please make sure that if your kiddo is got a fever or isn't feeling well or something like that, just keep them home for a day. It would be so much better to just have them miss 1 day of school than having them come to school and me having to document that they had a stomach ache or had a small fever or had a cough or something like that, because then they have to be out for 10 days. So the best thing, like I know my little guy got strep throat, and even though it wasn't COVID, we knew it wasn't, he'd had a COVID test, but if he would have gone to school and said, I have a sore throat, I was afraid that they would send him home for 10 days. So we just stayed home we missed like 2 days of school just so he didn't have to go through all that mess of being sent home. So I'm waiting to hear back if a negative, like let's say your little one came to school, they had a fever and a cough, so they got sent home for 10 days. I'm waiting to hear back if a negative COVID test would allow them to return to school, but from what I can read right now, even that wouldn't be it, because it could be like a false negative, so they're supposed to wait the 10 days. So from what I can hear or figure out for right now, it would just like better safe than sorry. So if they've got a cough or a runny nose, or they're just not feeling 100%, just stay home for the day and send them the next day. I think it would be the best course of action. Then that way I'm not having to document their illness and you have to stay home for 10 days. I hope that makes sense. Please call me or message me. All of this is such a messy situation. I feel like nothing clear as mud, right? So please contact me if that's confusing, or something like that. But anyways, I so appreciate you guys. I'm so excited to see you all. If you have any questions about that first day, because I know it's a little bit wonky. I know I'm kind of throwing a curveball at you, but I really think it'd be great for the kiddos. So pick that time, 12 to 12:30 or 1 to 1:30. We're gonna do like a fun craft and just try to make it like the coolest day ever, so that they're excited for the first full day on Thursday. Okay. But anyways, Happy New Year, and I cannot wait for 2021 and our awesome preschool. So excited. Love you guys, and I get to see you soon. Bye.